Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me tonight. My name is Jasmine and tonight we're going to be talking about the new moon and how that will affect you for the next 2 weeks. So the new moon just passed here on the 20th of July. It was in the sign of Cancer, the second new moon to be in the sign of Cancer. It's in the later degrees. The first one was in the earlier degrees of Cancer, but this is the one that we get without an eclipse, which is great. So it's not going to be as intense, but still very transformative. So this new moon in Cancer, huge, majorly emotionally triggering. Whether you think you have emotions or not, you're going to see them. And one of the bigger messages that are going to be coming through here is going to be find comfort in not knowing the outcome. And that's easier said than done, but we're all doing our best out here. Find comfort in not knowing the outcome. Also, Cancer itself, the sign, which is the sign that the new moon was in on the 20th, is about family, emotional healing, alone time, home, moving, maternal figures. So those are all things that could be coming into light right now. Like I said, the new moon is happening for each sign in a different house. So with that said, I did want to give you guys a personal download that I got separate from the actual meaning of the new moon. I personally feel a huge pull towards sobriety and clear-headedness. I feel like we're really making sure that our rose-colored glasses don't just come off but stay off, while we pick up our magnifying glass to look at the places in our lives where we have placed a band-aid on a cut that needed to be stitched up. So when thinking about this, you also want to realize that there are going to be some reassessments that happen with all the retrogrades that are going on. Rethinking, reassessing, resorting. Something needs to be sorted out from the past, that we've kind of done something where it's like, oh, I just need to do this to get by. I need to do this to get by. We're not getting by anymore. I feel like there's a lifting of a veil coming up here. So when you do see those things that need to be stitched, you may feel a little bit overwhelmed and a little bit emotional. Try your best to let those emotions release. You want to make sure that your water, which is your emotion, is clean as possible on the inside, okay? It is also very important to remember that you're a spiritual being having a physical experience, not the other way around. So we are still learning how to be human. Give yourself some compassion. Try your best to give compassion to others too, for this is when we need it most. So that's my personal download. So let's go ahead and get into the signs and see where it's happening for you. Taurus, welcome to your new moon reading. So let's talk about this. This new moon in Cancer is happening in your third house of communications, the house of I think. This would be your immediate environment. All right, the neighbors, socializing, mental activity, learning a new trade, learning in general, social media, marketing, stuff like that. So this new moon happening here is really starting something new for you in that sort of realm. Okay? Now, if you are trying to put in an effort into learning something new, maybe a new trade or a new way of doing something, new communications online, new marketing skills, something along those lines, if you were doing that, you could possibly feel resistance within the next 2 weeks, and actually within like the next 6 months. But if it'll lighten up, you know. But August 18th, was it 18th? I think it was August 18th. Hold on. I was right. August 18th, new moon in Leo. And that'll be when things are kind of moving again, because we are back in a fire sign where we are ready to burn nice and bright. And not to mention Mars, which is a topic for a whole nother video. But So, new communication skills. If you are receiving resistance, just know that it may take 2 times longer to get where you're trying to go, but when you get there, it's going to be a lot more long lasting and very, very fulfilling for you. I can assure you of that. So there's a lot of slow progress, but lasting effects. I'm looking at my notes. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the cards and see what you have, Taurus. First and foremost, we have spiritual union paired with the 4 of Swords. So what this is telling me is that you may be really wanting a rest, to relax, maybe with your partner. If you don't have a partner, you could be creating a partnership with spirit here, or maybe kind of connecting with a passed on loved one even. I feel like this is a very communicative time, so it's somebody that you're communicating with. But I see you kind of taking a rest with them, relaxing, and just sharing moments. I love that. Beautiful. Next, we have another 2 here. So we have the movement, choices, and decisions. And we have the Ace of Cups. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Telling me that there's the issues that may be upon you at the moment could be issues of having too many choices, not issues of not having enough. There will be one I am getting here that will stand out, and that will be the one that makes you feel something. When something makes you feel something, you know that that's going to be the way to go there. Your intuition is very, very strong. It's just coming in a different sort of light this month. Or not this month, but the next 2 weeks. Once the decision is made, because 2s are always a decision, or balancing, right? 2, balance, look at that. Which is so perfect because it's actually balanced. So here we have justice. To clarify that, we have the 8 of Cups. You are bringing balance back to a situation by removing yourself from some sort of emotional trauma. You are leaving it behind now. There's an emotional, something emotional here that has been bringing things off, putting things off balance. But not anymore. Not anymore. It's time. You got 2 2s here, and then another card that equals out to 2. So that's 2 2 2. You could be seeing a lot of 2s, or 11, like 11 11. Here, really, really moving forward and moving past, leaving behind some sort of, I hate to use the word trauma, because it's such a broad term, and some people might not want to call it that. But I'm going to generalize it for now, okay? So I'm going to call it trauma, or I'm going to call it like emotion. We'll just, you know what I'm saying? Fill in the blank. So, moving past that, letting it go. Oh, yes, Taurus. Moving towards the balance, moving towards the effectiveness. Looking at the effectiveness of every action that you do now. How effective is this? Does this work? Does it give me the result I'm looking for? Hope comes next. Dude, 9 of Cups. This is absolutely beautiful. So, forward movement, guided forward movement, where you're going right now, you've been on the pathway there for a very long time. You know, even if you have gotten sidetracked, even if there has been mishaps or things that kind of, you know, bump you off your trail a little bit, everything that did that was there to teach you something, and it very much did, Taurus. And it is a beautiful transformation that you are making right now. Bringing balance to your life will therefore help the consciousness bring balance into everybody else's. So you doing your part is helping the collective. Thank you. So here we have the Star card and 9 of Cups. If you have been finding yourself not satisfied or finding it difficult to find contentment in your life, however simple or extravagant it may be. More about finding quality in what you have instead of just what you have. So I see that coming to you naturally now. Why is that important? Why do we care about that? It seems like it's just something so silly. It's really not, because when you've got that peace in your heart, like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Nothing else can sway your vibration. Therefore, everybody would have to sway to yours. I also see financial and material changes here, clarified by the Lovers. This feels like a partnership for me. This could be either in love or business. Either way, it is transformative. It's huge. 5 is change. There's change that's happening here. Last card that we have for you here, Aries, for the next 2 weeks, following the new moon on the 20th of July, we've got take a break. Look at that. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. I love it. I love it. Take your time. Take a break. You've got that in the beginning of the reading as well. In order to bring balance to yourself and the world around you, you need to find it within yourself to follow the intuition that leads you towards peace. Always go towards peace, Taurus, because you could change the world. And this new moon going, touching in on that 3rd house energy for you is giving you this opportunity to change the world, to balance yourself out so you can communicate that to the rest of the world. And I think that is absolutely beautiful. Taurus, make sure that you watch your rising and your moon sign as well. These are your messages. I love you so much, and I will see you next video.